All right. We have Sean here from Eagle Games to talk to us about Key West.
Hi, everybody. Key West is by Martin Schlegel, and this game has a little bit of a sad history to it. The owner of Spiel ID actually passed away 5 days before the fair, and he was the translator for English to German from this game, and so Martin only speaks German, and we've been kind of in a scramble for a few days to find somebody that could teach the game in English.
Yeah.
Luckily, we made it. Just
yeah,
in time, but they're asking if you guys did pre-order, give them a little bit of time. They can't get into the computers, they can't get into the passwords, so pre-orders and things like this are going to be delayed a few weeks. Hopefully everybody understands.
Oh yeah, they should, for sure.
The game's pretty cool. Excuse me if I miss a few points. It went through 2 translators to get to me, but I think I got the grasp of it. It's light economic, a little bit of area control. At the beginning of every turn, there's a small money auction. It's a closed fist style auction, and everybody does a 1, 2, 3 simultaneous
reveal.
And whoever has the low bid in their hand, which would normally be the loser, it's kind of a unique. The high bidder pays the low bidder, or the loser,
the amount,
whatever their bid was, and they get to keep their bid plus whatever the high bid was, which is kind of unique. Then they get first choice of tile, and it continues until everybody gets a tile. So it's kind of a nice catch up for the guys that go last. They get a little bit more compensation. Once the tiles are done, it's an action point game where everybody's going to take cubes in their color, and you get a couple various cubes for doing different things, and you can go down here and place them, you know, in the different action boxes. This action here is a dive action. It allows you to go out here to sea and basically pop up random treasures like these guys here. Sometimes you get junk, and sometimes you get something that's worth money that you can trade in for more bidding money.
Okay.
This here is an action to build hotels. And basically there are 3 islands in the Keys, and there's hotels. Now, the hotels are pretty clever because you can only build hotels once the bridges have been restored. So this is 1930 when a hurricane has gone through. And so it takes lots of victory points and different conditions that you have to gather to make these bridges again. So while you can build the hotels early, you don't score any points.
Nobody can get to them
until people can get to them. Right.
That makes sense.
So that's the build action. This action here says for every built hotel you have, for all the points you've created from hotels, you can trade them in for victory points, which is ultimately the way to win the game. Everything is on a 5-to-1 basis, so you got to trade in 5 hotel points to get 1 victory point. You also, if you're producing bananas or any fruit, you have to do it at a 5-to-1. Same with tobacco. Okay. This here is producing tobacco or making tobacco. It's very similar to building a hotel, and that's these boxes here. The next action is producing, selling them for victory points. Very similar to hotels.
Oh, okay.
Just another way.
Oh, yeah, and then they're next to each other. Right. So one is, okay, build it, one's get the monies for it. Right.
Correct.
Okay.
And this action is just to collect money. It's kind of the poor man action. If you don't have anything better to do, it's a way to get some quick cash. Over here is selling commodities to earn victory points as well. It's a kind of a random hodgepodge. It's basically you can cash in some of the commodities from bridges to score. And then this one is from your fruits.
Fruits.
And this one's pretty cool. It's a wild. You can put cubes here if you didn't have anything to do. By the time that phase rolls around, maybe you do. So you can take these from here and put them down after everybody's played. So maybe you don't want to tip your hand that you're selling victory points. So you put them in the question mark phase, and then you go and sell them later. Nice little bit of deception. And then basically, the area control portion of the game works like this. Majority of something gets the title of King of the Island, and you get some extra victory points for that each round. So in the instance of this middle island, blue would obviously clearly have control. And yellow would have control over here. Red wouldn't have any control, but red does have an advantage here in that if each island that you have the same product, when you produce, you get to roll a die for each island. So since red has 3 different tobacco plants, they roll 3, you get to take the highest die of the 3 rolls, and all of your factories produce that much. which is
Oh,
kind of
that's
a clever way
nice.
to do
Yeah,
things.
that's nice.
Now, if you look at blue, really strong, owns the title of the island. He only gets to roll 1 die. Lucky I rolled 6, but each place would roll 6. If I rolled a 2, my odds of getting a lower number go drastically down. So,
So when
in this
you
case,
have
he would only get
majority,
6.
then you get less of the die, but you get the monies for being,
Correct.
So good balancing
it's a nice
there.
balancing act.
Yeah.
And then of course, last but not least, if you don't build the bridges, you can't get to the hotels and you can't score the points. And
Yeah.
it's played in 8 rounds, and they said it's about 60 minutes. Like I said, light area control, light economic.
And how many players is this?
3 to 5.
3 to 5. Great. Thank you so much, Sean,
Thanks,
for
guys.
sharing the game with us.
I really appreciate it.